Hey guys, so it's been a massive week and weekend with the Toxic Avenger Territory. We raced it on the weekend. We raced Turbo Taxi as well. So we had a massive weekend, man. And yeah, so we thought we'd throw the questions out there, see what you guys like to know about Carnage and about what we're up to in general. And yeah, so the questions have been thrown out and I have a list of them and you have a list of them. So let's hook straight in, hey Telf?
Yep, let's do it.
Cool. All right, so first question was, what happened to Aidens VL build? Now, Aiden's just standing behind the camera giving us a dirty look, but it's basically time pressures and, you know, work and all that sort of stuff, and it's probably a bit bigger build than he envisaged, but he's hooking back in.
Yeah, and when you build all these things for work, it means your personal projects take a back seat. I think they all have. Aiden's probably had the most progress out of any of us in terms of a personal project.
Well, that's right, in personal project, because it is a personal project. It's not really a street machine project, but yeah, no, he's doing well with it.
But update coming soon.
Yes. So, what's next? What happened to Scotty's garage? Whoa, that's a long question, but the short answer is that I got a job full-time with Street Machine. I was doing freelancing for Street Machine while I was doing Scotty's garage. Well, when the magazine moved to Melbourne, I decided to move to Melbourne at the same time. So while you're doing these things full-time, I guess the desire to go home and then do them at home isn't as great. So I'd love to do some more Scotty's garage stuff, but just time and money, basically. And when you're making these awesome cars anyway.
We kind of need to clone you.
Yes.
And Aiden.
Another Scotty would be good.
That'd be good.
What's next for Turbo Taxi? Well, we raced it on the weekend.
Well, Bubba raced it.
Well, Bubba raced it, that's right.
Bubba from All Race, who is a big friend of the show, literally and figuratively. He's put the roll cage in Toxic Avenger for us. Him and his team. They also did all that work on the MX5.
That's right.
And yeah, Scotty couldn't race the Territory and the Taxi.
That's right. Can't race two cars at once. It's just too hard. So basically, I raced the Territory. Bubba raced the Turbo Taxi, and it still ran like mid-11s, and yeah, so the ignition problems are sorted. Yep. So now the next step is put a bigger spring in the wastegate, so that way we can up the boost and go 10s. Basically, that's what's going to happen.
Bubba also bought us a nice new set of 275.
They're under our feet right now.
Yeah, so that should help too. Yes,
you shouldn't have bought them, Bubba, but we do appreciate them. We were going to buy them. Have you considered doing a full exoskeleton cage on the Toxic Avenger Territory and pushing it into the 8s?
Not sure our insurance department would feel about that. This thing's already pretty sketchy.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a lot of safety conversations about this car, and you know, considering what it runs already, and you will see that in the next episode, pushing this into the 8s is pretty insane. I don't think we're going to do it. It would be cool, but yeah, not this car. Maybe another car. Do we get to see your Valiant on another road trip to Mopar Sunday? Well, it's kind of been done, so not going to do that one again. Although I would like to do another Mopar Sunday road trip. We do have a Dodge just sitting there that maybe we could do, but we're kind of running out of time for that. So
we might do another big road trip with that, maybe.
Yeah.
The Cobar event, the running on empty.
Running on empty, yep. No, that would be cool.
That said, your wagon, what do you want to do with it next?
I want to run 13s with it, naturally aspirated. So
how close are you?
It ran 14.0 at Mopar Sunday.
Let's do that.
So yeah.
And we have a nice little nitrous system, don't we?
We do.
How much nitrous do you reckon the wagon could take? Oh, don't have a heart attack.
Oh, wow.
It's one thing to blow up barrel motors, but building up a nice Hemi and then sticking the gas on's another thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, you know, a 75 shot?
Yeah, no, 75 shot would be able to handle that pretty easily, I think. You'd want to run it on some good fuel.
Let's do that.
But yeah.
So he's just moving along.
Yeah, let's move along. Is the plan to get the Turbo Taxi under 10s?
In the 10s?
Well, in the 10s, definitely. That's always been the plan. Under 10s, well, depending on where it finished, like, all right, the injector cycle right now is about 60%. If we don't need too much more to get into the 10s, then I think we'll have enough headroom in those injectors to go 9s, but that's a matter of getting some budget to put a built motor in it and a built trans.
Just do it with a, you know, an LPG motor.
Yeah, we've got an LPG
If you blow
motor.
it up, you blow it up.
Yeah. I don't know that we'll get 9s on a stock bottom end.
It's a big thing to chase. People have done it.
Yeah.
Not on gas though.
No one's done it in a full weight Barra powered Falcon. No. Yes, cars have gone 9s and even 8s on LPG, but none.
Not necessarily an LPG. I mean with a stocker LPG motor, green top.
No, I don't know if anyone's done 9s on a stocker motor. I don't know. It's an interesting question. In a full weight Falcon. Do you plan to do a Holden build anytime soon? Well, funny enough, we were looking at a Holden this morning, weren't we?
We do own a Holden technically. A big block.
We do. Yes, I forgot about that Holden. Yes, we have another Holden. We do have a Holden build coming up, actually.
It's probably not what you're after, but
no,
it is a Holden.
It's definitely a Holden. When are you guys going to turn up the MX5 and send it down the quarter? Well, that's, again, very soon. There's been really no meetings. We're not going to run it at... We're going to run it at a proper track. So it's a decently fast car. We want to run it at a proper track where there's full safety crews and stuff like that. Because that car, that MX5, it'll go 9s, no worries at all. So
we do have to take the turbo out of the territory and put it back on the MX5.
Yes, we've borrowed the turbo. So yes, that has to go back on before that happens. But we will do it. And can you guys put the Convo Pros back on? No.
We would like to. They were Bubba's Convo Pros in the first place.
That's right. The rear Convos were Bubba's.
Yep.
And then we put the front, we bought a set of front, like some repo style Convos, and they just didn't fit.
They did not fit.
They were terrible.
The offset was all wrong.
Yeah.
However, our new Simmons fit like a charm.
Yes, B45s.
So if anybody has some super wide B45 Simmons, what are they?
With
15s?
Yeah, 15s, 15 by 10s with a 3 and 3/8 back spacing would be great.
Give us a call.
Yeah. All right. Any thoughts on doing a JayZ powered project soon? Funny enough, we have one of them too.
We've moved past the thought stage and into the reality stage.
Yes, we do have something sitting at my place with a 1JZ in it, so that will be very cool.
Not a Toyota.
It's very cool. Drag Challenge New Zealand?
We had never thought of that. Who's answering that question?
Dean. I should be actually saying the names of the people.
Dean Crichton Clark.
Yeah.
Mate, that's a top idea. We hadn't even thought of that. Our big boss is from New Zealand. He'd probably love it if we went over and did that.
I think he would.
They've got a couple, 2 or 3 racetracks over there.
I don't know. You'd have to obviously pick an island and do it on.
No, both islands.
And both islands. Imagine doing that.
Well, we will put that on the to-do list.
Yeah.
Obviously in the
look into it anyway.
Least rainiest period. It'd be like Drag Challenge #1 all over again. We might only have 20 or 30 cars, but it would be awesome.
Imagine having to deal with earthquakes rather than just,
snow.
Well, kangaroos and bushfires and extreme heat.
No kangaroos. I like the sound of that.
Yeah. What happened to your dad's ute, Scotty? Well, that's still at the old house, basically. It's been looked after by my father-in-law. I will get it down here and get that going again soon. But, it's just, again, I have 3 Carnage project cars parked at my house, so need to make some space. What's the end game for the territory? Well, maybe we've already seen the end game. Don't know.
We have one more idea. We're not sure if we will be allowed to do it by the authorities, and you can see why they are a little bit suspect about this car. But we've done a fair few things to make sure it's safe, and if we can convince them that it's safe enough, we'll do this next thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll pretty much part it out. Yeah.
Yeah, take the parts off it that we need and send the parts back to people that own them and that sort of thing. And
somebody might acquire it as a shooting buggy.
That's right. Could make someone a nice farm truck.
A zombie apocalypse car.
Yeah, zombie car.
Just mount what are those big...
50 cow.
Yeah.
What's this? Someone wants Turbo Taxi Run 9s. Yes, I'd like that too. In your opinion, who has the fastest car in the Street Machine series?
Street Machine series?
I guess we're talking Drag Challenge, which, Quinton's won 3 times. Whether it's the fastest car, Terry's is technically the fastest car, but yeah. you've got to do it on the day, you know. And yeah, Quinton has proved very strong to finish, well, win 3
Drag
times.
challenge isn't about being the fastest. It's being the most consistently fast. And I don't think any in the whole time has the fastest guy won.
No, that's
like
right.
The fastest horse has not ever won this race.
Yeah. When is Turbo Taxi going to get a 9-inch tubs and be able to run big slicks? Never.
Would be cool.
It's a street car. We'd keep it street, you know. Even if it runs 9s, I would like to do 9s untubbed. Any plans for a trans brake in the taxi? That's expensive. That's big dollars, especially if we could probably take the box out of the MX5. Maybe. How different is Street Machine from the mid-90s compared to today? Well, the whole scene's different.
In some ways it's very similar. It's still full of Tiranas and GT Falcons and Cortinas and Chargers.
Yeah.
And in other ways the technology has just taken off.
The trouble is now, like back in the 90s, the mid-90s, you'd buy a Charger for $2,000.
Yep.
Like I bought a Charger in 95 as a roller with nice paint, like silver paint, RT stripes, Recaro interior, as a roller, complete. All right, just minus motor and box, $3,500. I put a supercharged V8 in it and torque flight. The whole thing owed me like $16,000, and that was a great car. You know,
the difference is now
you got to.
We can't afford that stuff.
Your buy-in price is now $40,000.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't buy that car as a roller for $40,000 now.
Yep.
You'd be paying $50,000 for that same roller.
Yep.
It's
However,
insane.
If you wanted to build a 500 or 600 horsepower car back then, you needed big dollars.
Oh yeah, big dollars out of a Mopar, like 500 horsepower, 600 horsepower out of, yeah. Oh.
But now 500 or 600 horsepower, you can go to a Wrecker, get a Barra or a LS.
This thing makes.
Anybody can do it.
This thing makes almost 600 horsepower. The Mazda makes 700 easy. Like
so that's the difference.
Any day of the week. Yeah.
Yes, the classic muscle cars are more expensive, but technology changes have meant that going fast is achievable for a lot more people.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the engines are so good. The technology's there. Yeah.
We literally have 7 or 8 cars that can run a 7 or a very low 8 on drag challenge, genuine street cars.
Yeah, for sure.
Whereas that's what Victor Bray was doing in the early 90s.
I remember when Victor ran his first 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so, yeah. Any ideas to do collaborations with other YouTube channels like MCM, Roadkill? Yeah, that'd be cool. Actually, I got approached by one the other day that I'll have to talk to you about. It wants to do a collab. So, yeah,
we'd be keen.
We'd be keen. What's your thoughts on Skid Alley or whatever they're calling it at Summernats?
I think it's awesome.
It's a great idea.
Got to see how it works in practice. I think there'll be some wrinkles to iron out, but obviously they thought about that. And if people are patient, you might come up to the line and go, oh, it's too busy, I'll go around. But next lap, in you come.
Yeah. I love that the Summernats owners are willing to try new things. You know, they've tried a whole bunch of new things. Some of it works, some of it hasn't, but they're willing to try. I mean, they have tried this idea before in terms of sending people down the burnout pad, and it just didn't have the vibe. You know, doing it on tough street is definitely the way to go.
100%.
So,
you should maybe try your 100-foot drags idea, Scotty.
Yeah, no, that's something I think would be pretty cool. Yeah, you know, so we've been talking about an idea of doing 100-foot drag racing, basically. So, basically it's a launch and you're off it, and you know, have cars lined up doing that.
First gear.
Yeah, basically it's all first gear.
But at an event like Summernats or a MotorX or any other sort of car show, not a drag thing. It gives people a chance to get a taste of drag racing and will be great for the crowds.
Yeah. Someone wants us to sell Turbo Taxi to finance another project. Yeah, that's one of those questions of, do we sell it? Do we hand a car with that capability off to someone?
Turbo Taxi is probably a car we'll keep because it's kind of practical.
We like it.
We like it. People like it. Whenever at Summernats, I took so many people for rides in it.
Yeah.
People can really relate to it, and it doesn't really owe us that much in the big scheme of things.
No, that's right.
Whereas the MX5, you got to tow it everywhere. You know,
MX5's fun.
It's awesome.
It's a lot of fun.
Yep.
But it's a more expensive car, and like you said, we've got to tow it everywhere rather than drive it.
That's probably the car we'll move on.
Yeah.
And put the money into the Dodge or
whatever else. Our other project that's Yeah. So yeah, moving on. What else we got? What's your favourite build been so far? What's your favourite?
Oh, the MX-5 is amazing. It's such a docile car to drive around the streets of Alice Springs and Summernats, yet someone like Bubba can take it out at Power Cruise and drift it like a professional drifter, and we can drag race it. It's such a versatile, awesome car.
It is.
Low maintenance.
Yeah, relatively so. Yeah, you just do keep your oil chains up to it, and that's great having Valvoline as a sponsor, so obviously keep regular oil chains through it. It is just a good, like, obviously we screwed up with our engine choice. We should have built a 6 litre rather than a 5.7. If we'd had a 6 litre, we could have pumped 1,000 horsepower out of it.
That's me being a tight ass.
Well, it was kind of my fault, my idea at the time. I was like, oh yeah, let's just build a Alloys 5.7 and see what we can do. And then after we built it, the experts went, oh, by the way, these things split blocks. And like, oh, okay. Oh, well, it is what it is. The car makes, easy 700. Yeah.
We don't want
750, yeah. So, no, it's a good thing, and it runs, and it will run good numbers. It will still run 9, so. Turbo Taxi is probably my favourite, just because it is just that car that you can drive everywhere. You can drive it to Queensland and run 11s and drive it home, and hopefully it will do that when it runs 10s, so. And you drive at places in Melbourne and people just hanging out windows just yelling, Turbo Taxi! So, it's a very popular car.
Really fix the aircon before
Yes,
summer.
we do. We need to do that before summer.
Does the heater work?
The heater works. Heater works great.
Excellent.
Yeah, just aircon not really working. What's the end goal for the territory? Well, again, I think we've kind of covered that, and we're kind of like, if, we'll take it out one more time, maybe, and after that we'll probably move it on, but it's not going to be running single digits because it's just, there's a lot of people concerned about this car. Even on the weekend, they don't even let us do solo passes, even at Heathcote. You got some questions there as well?
Yep, we've covered a lot of this stuff. More questions about Aidens VL. What else have we got? How successful was Drag Challenge weekend? Are you planning on running another Queensland event next year? Yes, it was a really good event. It was like a holiday for us because it was only
great.
3 days. It was a bit more relaxed. The drive component was pretty. It wasn't so hectic. Scotty took it a bit easier on them. Yeah,
roads were a bit ordinary, but the actual drive components were just beautiful drives. Everyone had a good time. It was probably a little bit more relaxed than it should have been, but I just didn't want to punish them too hard on their first drag challenge up there. So, I'd love to do another one and love to do a full one up there. And I tell you what, it would be pretty big to do one, like a full 5-day one up there, because there'd have to be some serious drives.
Yep.
And then the Queensland police are also a bit harsher than they are down here. So, yeah.
Yeah, because their options are Roma and Benarabi.
Benarabi, yeah. Benarabi's a good track. They tell me Roma's a bit...
Oh, I like Roma.
Rough, yeah.
Lots of flyers in summer.
There you go.
Unless we start in...
Apparently there's something at Stanthorpe too.
Yeah, Stanthorpe's probably a bit hairy for our cars. We could start in Cairns and drive our way down.
Wow. That's a big drive.
Long way back to go pick up your car trailer, but the Cairns track's a cracker.
Okay. What else you got there on your questions?
What's your favourite road trip you've ever done with the magazine?
Oh, with the magazine.
Or with magazine or Carnage or whatever. I don't think Red Sand and Nats was our favourite road trip. That
was pretty full on.
24 hours.
28, I reckon.
Straight.
Yeah,
madness.
That was just nuts.
That was not good. It was great, but it was silly.
I did a road trip. This wasn't with Street Machine though. This was for 4x4 Australia. I went across Australia with Bruce Garland and Craig Parker and a whole bunch of for the Australian Safari, and followed those guys across. That was a great road trip. Mopar Sunday road trip was actually, it was so crazy, and to take a car that was totally unprepared and drive it all that distance and have all those breakdowns, but it was such a great trip because travelling with guys like Dave Green and Simon Truella and that sort of thing, we just had an awesome time.
And Gus, of course.
And Gus, of course, yeah. And it was just, a great road trip.
We thought we should do some more stuff with Gus.
Yeah, and some more road trips and that sort of thing. So.
I love road trips. My favourites are probably when I bought my Lincoln in Austin, Texas, and drove it back with Christine all the way back to LA and put it on the boat. That was extremely hairy. That car was not ready for that road trip. We put a lot of time into getting it ready. It still wasn't ready, but we saw some amazing landscape and it made it.
Yeah.
It was by the skin of our teeth.
I want to do a US road trip. I mean, obviously been over for Drag Week a couple of times, but that's a different style of road trip. I mean, Drag Week is something everyone needs to go and do. It is an experience of a lifetime, but it is not a relaxed road trip. Not at all. So
it's not all waffle machines.
No. Yeah, what else we got?
That's just about it. Do you need an assistant?
Sometimes I do.
Yes. I think you definitely need a Carnage assistant.
Yeah, someone who's good with the spanners and that sort of thing that you can point and go, fit that, would be great.
Broads is good.
Yeah, Broads is good, but
lives 1,000 kilometres away.
That's right, lives too far away. Same with Ian Kelly.
When we can get him together, and him and Marv, they're both super capable, and they reduce the stress level significally. Because if you pointed it with me, there's half a chance I'll break it. So, yeah. My mechanical sympathy is not my strong point.
Yeah, fair enough. But no, I guess a helper would be helpful. But
it will happen.
It'll happen eventually.
There's lots of things we need. We need a proper workspace.
Yeah.
And we need another helper.
Yeah.
But they will come with time.
Any other questions there?
I reckon that's about it. Thanks to everyone who asked a question. There's just so many questions about the VL.
Yeah.
And, will we ever take a Carnage car to Drag Week? We would love to.
Yeah. That was one we kind of priced one up this year and it just turned into such a big exercise that no, it wasn't going to happen. What I'd love to do is send a Barra motor over and put it in a car over there, and I've kind of started laying the groundwork with that. I know Jason Way from Tough Mounts is right now trying to come up with a Barra conversion kit for Fox body Mustangs and stuff. So if that comes off, I would love to take one of those conversion kits to the US and stick it in a Fox body car that I've already got lined up over there. That would be awesome.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. So, yeah, things are happening. And, we've got heaps more coming up. So, obviously, Turbo Taxi's the next episode's going to be Toxic Avenger Territory. Then we've got probably Turbo Taxi. Then we're waiting on a drag meeting so we can run the MX5. Go and run 9s with that, and then we've got some of our other projects which are.
Holden might slip in there.
Yeah, we've got our Holden to slip in there, and our one JayZ project, and of course the big Dodge. We've got 7 cars, so we need to thin the herd out a bit and get some of these things done and moved on.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Hope you enjoyed that, and we might do this again in 6 months, maybe. We'll see.
We love feedback. Give us shout out to us on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or wherever.
Subscribe to our YouTube. That would be fantastic. Everyone keeps saying, why do you guys only have this many subscriptions? Well, we wonder that sometimes too. So subscribe, click the little bell. You can ring my bell. No?
What does the bell do?
It'll let you know that you've got a notification. It gives you notifications to all the videos. So what happens with YouTube is, even if you subscribe, they only tell you about some of the videos of the people that you subscribe to. Now, if you click the bell, you get notification of all the videos they upload. So, yeah, very, very important, and it's very silly of YouTube to make that distinction, I think. I think if you subscribe to someone, you're interested enough to know about everything they're making. So, anyway.
So big thanks to Valvoline.
Yes.
And all the people who support us. MPW, Tunnel Vision, All Race, particularly those guys.
Yeah.
Max Performance.
Yeah, no, Max Performance, big week on this territory last week. So, yeah.
Heathcote, Calder, they let us come and do crazy stuff at their tracks. Really appreciate that. Haltech, Turbo Smart.
GCG Turbos, Designs. Plasma Man, just all these guys help us out greatly. So, yeah.
And there's more.
And a lot more.
LSX Extreme.
Yeah, Raceworks.
Glenline Motors.
Yeah, there's so many people that have helped us over the past 12 months.
Parts or advice or labour, like the labour, the physical labour that MPW, Tunnel Vision, Max Performance, and just all Racer put in is amazing.
And tying up their hoist.
Yeah. We really appreciate that.
Yeah. All right. Catch ya.
Peace out.